Welcome back to my channel, Life Through Gratitude. My name is Angela, and I'm a 54-year-old empty nester. Today, I just wanted to talk about something that I've been thinking about a lot lately, and it's just some advice that I would love to have given my younger self, my teenage self, my 20-year-old self, my 30-year-old self. And I think why I've started thinking about this is my children are getting older. They're in their mid-20s now, and of course, life is a lot different nowadays than it was in the 80s and 90s. So it's not quite the same, but generally the big things are, and there's things that I would love to tell my younger self now. One of the things I would love to go back and tell my younger self, my middle school self, would be, you're strong. You're a strong person, and you can get through anything. I remember my middle school days. I'm sure, like everyone else, middle school is not fun. Kids are mean, they tease you, they bully you. And back in the 80s, there was a lot of bullying. And unlike today, where you cannot get away with that, I was bullied a lot in middle school. Bullied a lot for my race, and you hear stories nowadays where that is not acceptable. I had people knock books out of my arms and my backpack. People throw spitballs in my hair, and I do remember those times vividly because they were hard. They were hard. I think it had a lot of crushing self-esteem to me, and even some of the teachers chimed in as well. So the 80s were a lot different for bullying. And I'm glad things have changed slightly nowadays, where you can reach out to people and talk to people and get help. I remember vividly that I did not reach out to any school authority figures or teachers because that would have made it worse. And I'm sure many of you have gone through something similar. But I would love to tell my younger middle school self that you got through it. And those are a few years of your life. Things can get much better. Just believe in yourself. Have confidence. And those bullies have their own self-esteem issues. And it's not about you. You survived. You adapted. You persevered. You were resilient. And that's all that matters. And look at who you are today. In your 20s, you're really trying to define yourself. You're trying to find the career that's right for you. You're trying to find the love that's right for you. You're trying to find your purpose. And you don't need to figure it all out at that time. Things will change. You'll find new signs that will direct you towards paths that you didn't even realize that were there for you. Take the time, take the path and the journey, and savor each moment. One of the things I would love to go back and tell my 20-something-year-old self is, don't rush things. Don't think that you're not on a timeline that you should be on, or that you're comparing yourself to other people, or you're worried about what other people are saying and doing, and just worry about yourself. Worry about how you want to live your life. And bottom line with that, I think back in my youth, has to do a lot with self-love. Learning to accept yourself without any judgment, without any doubt, without any self-negativity, and to really grow in your own self-image. I think gratitude, or living with gratitude, is about resilience. It's not about perfection. You don't need to be perfect. Just try your best, and that's all you can do. Even the ordinary days where nothing special was happening, take time to appreciate. Those days will go by really fast. In my 30s, I would say, after marriage and having kids, enjoy the hectic days. Enjoy the days where you think you are going to scream and you can't make it through the day. Those days are precious as well. You will look back on those times and have a good laugh with your family or your friends and think, wow, I made it through. Those days were tough, but I made it through. Even during struggles, there are times where you didn't think it was possible to survive. You are strong enough and you will make it through. Another thing I would probably tell my younger self is really treasure your relationships with people, whether it's your coworkers or your friends, family members. Don't take people for granted. Make the effort to keep these friendships in your life, keep these relationships. Reach out to people, because as years go by, things fade and those relationships get harder as you get older, in your 40s, 50s, and 60s. And if you have the base and the solid foundation of these relationships, later on, you'll look back and say, I'm so grateful for that person. I'm so grateful they're in my life. Each decade in your life, you probably went through something difficult or something that wasn't what you thought your path would be. And you think clearly now that it's something you were meant to go through to get to where you are today. So I would definitely tell my younger self that everything that happens in your life is for a reason, whether it's good or bad, whether it's what you wanted or what you didn't. There's a reason and a path for your life. And I'm still learning myself. I'm still growing. I still have many years ahead. I'm really excited to see what life is in store for me. Possibly grandchildren in maybe 5-10 years. But it's just, life is full of different joys, different sorrows, different struggles, happy moments, but I'm willing to go through them all because that's my path. I think mainly for my own personal story, I would love to tell my younger self to have faith and confidence in yourself. I believe that is so important, just to believe in yourself and love yourself. It's the bottom line for me. If I had known that sooner, not that many things would change, but I think I would have loved and been more grateful for things in my life earlier. And now that I really have this change of gratitude in my life, I feel like going forward, I'm going to take every moment with gratitude. And this is something I try to tell my children all the time. And yes, in their 20s, they might not listen to me all the time, but I'm thinking if I say it many times, they'll eventually get through to them and hear what I'm saying. I don't think I had anybody in my life constantly telling me that. So it seems like it was harder to learn earlier. I feel like culturally, maybe it was difficult because Asian parents, they're more hard on their kids, less to say they're proud of them, less to say they love them. So you feel like you're sort of alone and you have to go through it yourself. But I know my parents loved me and had great sacrifices that they had gone through for me. So not that I'm saying that they needed to show me more, but maybe in different ways. And now that I have the ability to do things differently, I feel like learning these things earlier in your younger days is definitely beneficial. Maybe the hardest times in people's lives are, of course, their late teens, early 20s, mid 20s, even till age 30. And some people even beyond that. But those times in your life, in my personal opinion, are when you care so much about what other people think about you. Your image, how many friends you have, what kind of money you're making, what kind of life you're living, what kind of material things you have. And yes, at that time, those things might have been super important. And I'm sure I went through that too. You had to have the latest bag or the shoes or the clothing brands. And what I would love to tell my younger self is, yes, those are important and they could mean a lot to you at that time. But where are those things now in my mid-50s? I mean, I think that those things are only important for a short period of time. And I would love to go back and treasure the time and experiences and emotions and friendships and love that I had in that time. These days, when I think of things that I want, I always tell my family and friends, I would rather have experiences and moments with my loved ones than material goods. And that could be different for other people as well. But in my journey right now, I would love to travel, just like I took a vacation with my daughter I posted about in the previous video. Things like that, where you can have the memories. I was taking so many photos and videos during that trip that my daughter, my 25-year-old daughter, said, "Mom, enough with the camera." But I said, no, I need to capture every moment and look back at these times and remember fondly. So what are some things you would tell your younger self now that you know what you know now in your 50s or your 60s? What are something that you would tell your younger self? Maybe you can tell a younger person in your life that would help them get through things a lot easier than how maybe you had to struggle through. If there's something that you would change about yourself then, that would have made a difference now. Or nothing that you would change because things happen the way they do and are meant to be. So drop a comment below and let me know how you think you would do things differently or what advice you would give your younger self. It was great to talk about this today, and I hope it gives you some time to reflect on things from the past and for the future and in the present. And hopefully we'll see you again in the next video. Thanks for watching today. Bye, everyone.